Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My ace spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto District of Seattle. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Seattle Seahawks. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Seahawks at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they come in riding high, just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
And I like the way that this team is winning football games because they're doing it the way that coaches love to preach. Penalties at a minimum because they've been very disciplined, very focused in their business. No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run with Etienne. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
On second down, Pittman. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go, because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Right back to Juszczyk again. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed him up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 36. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with third down coming up.
Trying to run for it with Pollard.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
And now Murray's going to set up the throw.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Check 52. Check 4. Come on. Check 26. Check 26. Check. Hey, switch gears.
On second down, it's Pollard. It's a gain of 4, but they're still looking up here at a tough 3rd and 11. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. This from 44 yards out, left hash. Carlson able to put this one through. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead.
Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. And now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Pittman, and he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down now. Pittman, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
After the sack on 1st down, Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Up the middle they go. Pittman. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
75 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. Trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. That would give to the big fullback, Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Kyle Juszczyk with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have moved out in front. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 35.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's got some space here. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one goes for 30 yards.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Now here's Pollard, and he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks have retaken the lead. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Pittman. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a 1st down.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Pollard going to try the right side. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Murray. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Just a lot going on there in the middle of the field, and this one winds up a turnover.
Yeah, they're running a crossing route here, and the idea of it is to get defenders confused about who to go with. But if you throw it too early, sometimes it's your quarterback that gets confused, and here he throws it into coverage and gets it intercepted.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Allen going to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Second down at 4. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Allen again. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Throwing now is Allen. Forced it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Myles Garrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best out.
Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now Allen going to give this one to Cam Akers. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Going right back to Akers. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
They'll run for it with Akers. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed he did not. They stop him. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks 6. He'll get the football back in outstanding field position.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly senses run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Mike, 56. Hey. Easy, quick.
The snap comes to Murray at 1. Rolling to his right. He'll fire this deep for Ayuk. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. 56. Mike, 56.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
They'll keep it on the ground. Pittman. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 104 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, Pittman. He will push his way down to about the 14. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. Pittman. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7. Now, keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's 3rd down. Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Here's Pollard again. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Straight ahead, Etienne. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Check. Lucky. Check, nickel. Kill. Shit.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And this will be a Seahawks 1st down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. They'll run with Pollard, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Commanders are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for them. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now Pollard. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's Pollard. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
ETN up the middle.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest.
They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Seahawks,
they moved to 7-1 on the year with the victory.
And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they dropped to 7-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.